Did you know there's a bridge that connects the US, specifically San Diego, directly to the Tijuana airport without crossing the border by car? It's a game changer for some because there are so many lower cost and direct flights to Mexico and South America and beyond. Well, it's sometimes a headache for others, so let's break it down with all the pros and cons and why you should or shouldn't use the CBX. So what is CBX? It is just a bridge that connects San Diego directly into the Tijuana airport. You do need tickets, which is about $50 round trip for me. But once you go in, you just have to scan your CBX ticket as well as your boarding pass, and you are in. Make sure you have the documents you need. For a U.S. citizen, that is your passport, your boarding pass, your CBX ticket, as well as your FMM immigration form. I would recommend printing it out before you come, but you could do it there. So I first learned about it because a friend was having dinner with me and I said I was going to Mexico, and they said, "Oh, are you flying nonstop and direct from the Tijuana airport through CBX?" And I said, "What's that?" So they explained it to me and said, usually there are cheaper and it's nonstop to all these other destinations, that if I were flying from San Diego airport, it was one stop and it's going through different places like Houston. And so it was taking me a lot longer for a lot more money. And so while I was nervous though, because they also said there's a lot of delays, a lot of cancellations without very good customer service, plus you don't speak that language as your native tongue, right? So if there are any issues, it's going to be harder. Plus, I did also think about the whole water issue, where if I'm going to Mexico, I do have to be a little more conscious of the drink that I consume or the water that I brush my teeth with, all that kind of stuff. And so when you're in the airport, you already don't want to drink the water, so you're not refilling your bottles to take on your trip, right? So there are all these things that I was thinking of. So I was really nervous to actually do it, but I did it because I wanted to try it and I wanted to let you all know what my experience was, because if it is easy and if you are in San Diego to fly for some of these things, I want you to take advantage of it. So I would love to hear if you have taken advantage of it or if you've thought about it, and if this is going to change your mind at all by the end of this video, because I will help you decide, and I want to hear whether it will be a yes or no. It was a butt crack of dawn when I did it, but it took me about 20 minutes to get through customs and everything and then get to security. Customs was easy, just give them your passport and your FMM form, they stamp it, and then security did take a long time and no pre-check here, but then you're in retail shops galore. So feel free to shop if you want to, or grab some food. There are food options all over the place as well. Just remember to bring pesos, cash, or a credit card that doesn't charge foreign exchange fees, because you are now in Mexico. In case you're wondering about food pricing, here's just an example of a little deli sandwich shop, so you get the idea. And if you're lost and need help, they have these cool little buttons, which is super nice.
I don't know if you can see, but there is a Dunkin' here that is coming, and then there's a Panda in both sides. So whatever wing you are in, there's a Panda, there's sandwich places, there's all kinds of other things. So if you have to kill time, there's beer, there's everything, right? But it is super early right now, so I'm just gonna keep walking.
I need water because I'm flying a low-cost carrier, and this is $2.50 right here, so not bad. The airport is clean, it feels safe, people are helpful, even if you don't speak Spanish. A lot of people speak English, but you will start hearing so much more Spanish everywhere. If you feel uncomfortable with that, this is not the place for you, but you're also going to start doing it if you go to Mexico or South America, if you're flying out from here to do that. So you might as well get used to it here, right?
After all the anxiety, I have now tried it, and so far, so good. Got here early, probably about 2.5 hours early, just to make sure I got through all the stuff, the customs, knew where to go, made sure I had all the stuff, and probably 20 minutes to security, and then security probably took about the same because the line was not efficient and there were only 2 lines and it just went on and on and on. But other than that, it's also a long walk to the different gates, so give yourself time for that. And then if you want to grab any food, water, because we know that these low-cost carriers are not going to give us any sort of drinks or food or anything like that. So pack accordingly, and otherwise I am just propping my feet up and waiting for the flight to come. Yay, it's here! I was worried a little bit that it wasn't here yet, but it has arrived, and it is front and center right here. It's kind of fun to see it up close too. Viva Aerobus, here I come. My kids would have loved seeing the view of them attaching the walkway to the plane. Of course, I only got to see it because I was waiting here while the plane came. Viva Aerobus boards in groups, so I have to wait my turn since I'm not priority, but here we go. Initial look, they're pretty tight. This space is definitely smaller, but other than that, not much different than any other low-cost carrier. I picked an aisle seat for myself, and my person's not here yet, so yeah, my legs are not long, but thankfully there's actually space, so the in-between seat was open. I got to cross my legs because there is a tight squeeze even for someone like me that doesn't have long legs. And I also brought my water bottle so that I can do a little extra UV filtering. They do come around with a cart, so if you want drinks, snacks, anything like that, you can absolutely buy that on the plane, and the prices are actually pretty decent. Friends, the customer service is actually really good. I saved a lot of money and I freaking made it. I'm glad I made the last minute decision. This is going to be a super fun girls trip. So do you think this is the best kept travel secret? If this helped you feel more confident about trying it, hit the like and subscribe button for more travel tips. See you in the next video.